Hello everyone and welcome back to my The Young and Restless 24 YouTube channel. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. In the Paris apartment, candles are lit as Billy hopes to surprise Sally. A knock comes at the door. Billy opens it to find Phyllis standing there in a red fleece. She purrs, "Hey Billy. Happy Valentine's Day." Looking around, she sensations, "You went each out," as she drops her fleece to reveal a sexy silk dress. Billy asks why she's there. Phyllis says it's not every day one gets a trip to Paris. Billy reminds her he's there with Sally. She shakes her head. Sally is in Genoa City with Adam. Billy pulls out his phone and leaves Sally a communication. Phyllis clucks about her leaving him tonight of all nights. Billy asks again why she's there. Pouring champagne, Phyllis says she allowed. They could have a meeting of their own. Phyllis stretches and asks if Billy wants to dance. He says he doesn't. She mocks him for standing there stewing for Sally. Digging through his box of chocolates, she talks about looking for what you want and going back to old pets. Billy grabs the heart-shaped box and she says he's holding on to his heart, trying to cover it. "I know how you feel." Billy asks, "How do I feel?" She says alone like no bone. Gets him or is on his side. They make a great platoon because she's on his side. Billy decides she's right and that no bone should be alone on Valentine's Day. They toast to the vacation and drink. Billy tells Phyllis he appreciates her fidelity, but tonight is end a night for work. Phyllis thinks he's thinking about Sally and Chelsea. Those women aren't good enough for you. They're distractions. With every woman except her, he has to prove himself. It takes his energy and concentrate down from what he really wants. That's what happened with Chancellor. Billy says he's moved on. Phyllis knows he has, with me. Billy tells her he'd love to dance with her. But just one cotillion. Taking her in his arms, they sway to the music. At Crimson Lights, Sharon looks at a bottle of champagne in a pail and candles lit throughout. She asks, "Esther?" Esther, rather. Nick appears holding a red rose. She asks, "What's all of this?" He says everyone deserves a little love in their life. Nick pours champagne and wants to show her how in admiration of her he is, and tell her what's truly in his heart. She's told him so numerous times that he's her idol, but she's his idol too. Sharon trusts him. Nick sensations at the look she gets when she says that she has faith he can make effects more. "It's all because of you. Sharon, you're the strongest woman I've ever met." He declares, "I love you. I always have and I always will." Sharon was awaiting him to say that and doesn't know what to suppose. Nick says he has so numerous regrets. He's hurt her in so numerous ways he wishes he could take back. Sharon asks how long he's been feeling this way. He says, "Presumably as long as you have." She laughs, "It's that egregious?" He nods, "It's that egregious." It kills him to suppose about the time they've wasted. "I need you in my life." Sharon returns the sentiment. He takes her drink, puts on music, and they decelerate cotillion. He jokes that she's always been the better cotillion. She tells him they've tonight, and the rest of their lives, perhaps she can educate him some moves. Nick asks what their coming move is in life. Sharon asks if he'd want to move back to the estate and live together with Faith and Christian and be a family. He loves it. "Let's do it." Sharon aloud. They'd both moved on. Nick thinks they both knew they'd find a way to get back to where they started. They hear to the music and their hearts. Nick says as long as their hearts are beating, they'll have music to cotillion to. They kiss. At the old estate house, Adam finds the living room full of lit candles and red roses. Chelsea appears and says, "It's for you." Adam is stupefied. He must have missed commodity. She says, "It's what I missed." She tells him he was right about not trying to fight this. She tried, but she can't pretend she's not falling for him each over again. Adam didn't anticipate this change of heart. Chelsea says he gave her space and admired the boundaries she set. He knew if he was patient, she'd come back to him. Adam asks what made her realize. Chelsea still had her dubieties indeed as she was setting up, but they're gone since he walked in the door and saw the love for her in his eyes. It took the magic of Valentine's Day to open her eyes. Adam has to know that Chelsea is sure and not caught up in the love of the vacation. Chelsea tells him he's changed. They go over Connor's issues, bringing them together. Adam put Connor first also, and he did it again just now when he asked if she was sure. Pouring bubbly, she says they've come better people and parents. Now she sees that they could be good together. She proposes a toast to Adam, who has learned to love the people he loves better. She's thankful to be one of those people. She takes his hand and asks him to dance with her. Adam takes her in his arms. I've pictured about this. Chelsea has too. Adam asks if they'd be there if Connor hadn't gotten sick. She says their son connects them. He's the stylish thing they've ever done, so why is it surprising he brought them together? They've come long hauls since Baltimore. This isn't about lies, but the verity. This is veritably real. Adam asks if she's hysterical, he'll break her heart again. He is. Chelsea isn't hysterical. It's one further thing she gets from their son. She's sure Connor would support this, knowing it's what she wants. The talk about being stalwart and smart. Trust isn't easy for him. Adam's spooked, he'll squinch this up. Chelsea assures him she'll be okay no matter what. They're about to kiss when Sally appears and blurts, Adam. Adam gawps, Sally. She says she came from half across the world to see him. She had a dream about them. In the dream, she felt at peace. I forgave you, Adam. For what you did with Chelsea. Adam turns and Chelsea is no longer there. Sally can see she's interposing, so she'll go. Adam aloud. She did, but he was wrong. Why are you then? Sally says she's there to give him another chance. Is it too late for us to try again? Adam asks, what about Billy? She says she was with him in Paris on the most romantic day of the time and it wasn't right. She's had time to heal and can see that Adam's changed. She accepts that what happened with him and Chelsea was because of their pain. The lies he told her was because he was hysterical of losing her. It took her a long time to see that, but is it too late? Has he fallen back in love with Chelsea? At Crimson Lights, Sharon can't help but wonder if it's too late for her and Nick. They're not teenagers presently. He feels like one when he's with her. Sharon will stop fighting this. When they're together, she can just be. Holding hands across the table, she smiles at him. Nick is so happy to have fallen back in love with Sharon again. The stylish way forward is one step at a time. He stands, Sharon Newman, may I have this cotillion? One that lasts for the rest of our lives? Sharon replies, Nick Newman. You sure as hell can. Suddenly, he disappears. Sharon looks around. Nick? Where did you go? Sharon calls out for Nick constantly, have I lost you again? Nick's voice says, Sharon, I'm right then. Suddenly, Sharon awakens. She's been sleeping with her head on a table. Nick is standing there and needles that she was featuring about him. He hopes she knows that in reality or dreamland, she can always count on him. She says he can count on her too. We're always there for each other, right? Adam tells Sally he no way stopped loving her and he abominated himself for how much he hurt her. She gasps, but you're going to hurt me again. She cries, it's not your fault. She made it clear she was done with him and there was no coming back. Adam says his heart eventually had to let her go. She asks, so you have reconnected with Chelsea? Adam knows he has. I'm so sorry. Suddenly, Chelsea's voice calls out, Adam? Adam awakens on the lounge. She asks if he's okay, he was talking in his sleep. She hands him a bag of chips to replace the bones. She ate and walks back out. In Paris, Billy asks if Phyllis is allowing about her spouses. She denies it. He chuckles, fabricator. She teases that he's thinking about Victor. She knows he's not done and wants vengeance for Chancellor. Billy shrugs, the heart wants what the heart wants. He asks her for one further cotillion. She wants to know his intentions. He says, not unless you dance with me. Taking her in his arms, he asks if she'd still work with him knowing he was going after Victor. She says Daniel wouldn't like it, but after everything he's done, she knows vengeance isn't preoccupation. You lead and I'll follow you. I just need to know the plan so I can do my part. Billy admits he's going after Victor, but not at the expenditure of Abbott dispatches, getting the dominant media force. Are you still in? She says, yes. Phyllis and Billy finish the bottle of champagne as he says he's surprised she's going to go on with his plan. She says it's a turn on, actually. She's agitated to do this with him. They're about to partake a kiss when Phyllis awakens in her bed and asks, where the hell did that come from?